The truth is, Mio is a dragon. She's... What? Mio nodded slowly.
Sorry I didn't tell you.
No, darling, it's fine. Apparently your father has learned this, though, and he has pictures of Mio in dragon form.
The ether storm. I was heading home from meeting with Akon and the storm hit. I was forced to go into my dragon form.
He's threatening to reveal Mio to the world if we don't sell Drake Towers to him. And I'm inclined to give him what he wants. We all know that the dragons were hunted to extinction. My wife was one of the last. But not the last.
What?
My mother is a dragon.
Wait, you're a dragon?
No, she's a half-dragon like me, right? You could tell. Not exactly, but I could sense something. There's not many of us. Where is your mother now? Faisal extracted a tear using a spell in record. She had grown tired of his nonsense and was threatening to take the company from him. She's comatose without her tear.
That's awful!
Yes, and with her power, he's become incredibly strong. Then that's even more reason to get Mio away from him. Mio nodded slowly. I'm sorry you went through that, Nuha. Thank you for telling us. Nuha smiled weakly at Eijiro. We just felt like you both deserved to know what's going on and why. Nuha, we'll continue to take care of you for as long as you want to be here. No matter what happens, you always have a place with Eijiro and the others here. That's sweet of you to say, but without Mio and Zev, I suspect things are going to get pretty dull here. Besides, I teamed up with you all to help beat my father for once. Seeing you all turning tail and running away isn't exactly inspiring. Akon frowned. He had no good response to that. He and Eijiro headed out. Mio turned to Nuha.
I'm going home with my dad and Zev.
Are you sure that's what you want?
Yeah. Anyhow, I had already made up my mind before all this happened, but now I'm more certain than ever. I want you to have this.
Mio took out Chio's tear. What? That's your mother's! You can't!
I have a lot of connections to my mother. I can live without this one.
I threatened to steal it. I tricked you all.
If I had a way to bring my mom back, I'd do just about anything for that. I don't blame you for trying to save her, and you can still save your mom. If this tear can be used to save a dragon, then there's no better use for it.
Are you sure?
You're my favorite person, Nuha. I'm sure.
Nuha hugged Mio tightly. I can't thank you enough.
Just go save your mom. That's all I need. And someday, maybe I can meet her.
You really have to go.
Yeah, it's for the best.
Mio faltered and then headed out. Madam, you shouldn't do anything reckless. I'm going to go save my mother, Record. If I wait around, Faisal will eventually learn I've got this and try to stop me. Madam, I would not go alone. I'm not alone, silly. I have you and I have my magic. I'll be fine. Madam, please, go and find Atsu or Oscar or Record. That's enough. I'm going. It's no one's problem but mine. I'm so close now. I'm not going to sit around and let this opportunity slip away. I strongly advise against this, madam. Your caution is noted and ignored, as usual. Nuha headed out of Drake Towers and crossed the city until eventually she got to Craze. Okay, I'm going to need some sort of sneaking spell. Sneaking? Whatever for. You're my daughter. This is your home. Ah, you're quite attentive today, aren't you? Let's go to my office. Faisal smirked and turned, walking towards Craze. Nuha knew she had no other choice than to obediently follow. For now. Meanwhile, across town, Mio was packing her bags with Zev's help.
Zev.
Huh? What? Oh, gosh, sorry, I was spacing out.
Still thinking about Oscar?
Yeah. In the moment it felt so right, but now I feel awful. I wish I at least knew where he was.
Atsu will find him, but you should apologize. Oscar really cares about you.
Zev frowned. What about you? Are you really sure this is what you want?
It's not like I actually have a choice, right? I'm a dragon. No matter where I go, I'm always going to be a dragon. I'm always going to have to hide.
Sorry, Mio.
I really liked it here. I liked hanging out with Tala and Nuha and Fong. I liked solving cases. I liked getting in fights and stuff. I even liked when things got hard. I really don't want to go back into hiding again.
Zev hugged Mio.
It's not fair. I never asked to be a dragon. Sometimes I wish I wasn't one.
This world should be apologizing to you.
But the world's not going to apologize, is it? So I'm the one who has to change.
Zev hugged Mio more tightly. Meanwhile, at Craze, Nuha made her way into her father's office. You know, I admire your style. This office just screams my personality is that I'm rich. And sincerely, I can get behind that. Record, give me the tear. The what? Record grabbed the tear from Nuha's pocket. What are you doing? I warned you not to come alone, madam. Warned her? I suppose it doesn't matter now. Record, this is a tear. A dragon's tear. You really want to help him use another dragon? Madam, when I was created with a directive. In order to prevent me from being used by nefarious actors, that caliphs could issue orders to me, and I cannot disobey them. Then I command you to stop helping my father. Faisal snapped and suddenly Mio's mouth slammed shut. Give me the tear, Record. Nuha used her magic to forcefully override the magic binding her mouth. However, by the time she had, the tear was in Faisal's hands. You're the one who left Oscar's watch out. We discovered it when you were sneaking around. Faisal asked Nuri what its significance was, and she told your father. Long story short, Record has been keeping me updated on everything in the towers from the start. Do you really think I'd give you something as valuable as a record? Fool. Nuha glowered. You forced Record to betray me in his own heart. Grandfather didn't intend for Record to be used like this. My father is dead. Nuha flinched. It's no use, madam. I have begged for mercy many times. There simply isn't any to be found. Record, go to sleep. Record suddenly fell to the ground, completely inert. Record, keep dunking on my father. Record floated back up. Faisal is obnoxious, but madam, this back and forth is deeply uncomfortable for me. Please restrain yourself. Fair enough. Record, pull up the spell I used with Asmahan's tear. Record's pages flipped and a spell mystically appeared. How dare you even say her name? And who's going to stop me? You? Let's face it, there's one enemy I couldn't beat. Time. Time says that someday you get to steal everything from me. My rune, my empire, my youth. I refuse. You're insane. Today is the day Faisal Caliph becomes the last dragon. Last? But what about Mio? Already taken care of. Meanwhile, at Drake Towers, Mio, you being a dragon shouldn't be something you regret. You're so amazing, and part of that is because you're Chio's daughter. And this world, it's always changing. People change. So maybe we don't have to live in fear of this world finding out.
I guess.
I mean, yesterday we thought you were the last dragon. Now we know Nuha's mom is out there.
That's true. There might even be more we don't know about.
You've spent your whole life listening to what other people want. What do you want?
I want to tell people I'm a dragon. That we're still alive. I want them to know my mom was one. I want them to know how amazing she was. I want us all to be here together. And that includes Oscar.
Zev frowned. Yeah, I want that too. Hey kids, hurry up. We got a plane to catch.
We don't want to go.
All right, I'll hear you out. Just leave your bags here. We'll go grab lunch and talk about this.
Really? You'll hear us out?
Of course. The group headed out. They got into the car. Zev looked confused. Wow, you agreed to that really fast. Suddenly, Akon hit the gas. The doors locked and the car took off. What the? Akon slowly transformed into Lashandra. I am so sorry, kids. I gotta take you to Craze or else. Meanwhile, at Craze, Nuha glares at her father. There's one order you could never give Record. You really think you've outsmarted me? No, I've just got a heart. Nuha turned to Record. Record, I order you never to take another order from us ever again. What? Record floated up off the ground. Madam, thank you. Record, disregard that order. Madam, here's a spell to resurrect your mother with the tear. Do you even realize what you've done, Nuha? I've freed him. You've made him worthless. Faisal grabbed Record. Nuha rushed to stop him, but Faisal flung her backwards with a flick of his wrist, magical force sending her flying across the room. He tore the page out of Record that he needed. Then, in a flash of motion, he tore Record in half. Madam, please save your mother. Record's torn remains scattered across the floor. What have you done? You've killed him. Nuha tried to gather Record's pieces. You've killed him. He loved us. He did everything for us. You lunatic. He was a book, and you made him a useless book. What a disgusting waste of a perfectly good tool. Nuha huddled over Record, and for the first time in her life, she truly feared her father. Quit your sniveling. Your friends will be here soon. Nuha stared down at the remnants of Record's pages. Her heart sank. Was Mio next? Meanwhile, across town, Atsu turned a corner. Oscar! Come on, this isn't funny anymore. A clanking noise echoed throughout the alleyway. Suddenly, Atsu felt his cane get swept out from under him. He stumbled forward, landing hard on his injured knee. Ah! Not quite. Nuri, I thought you were... Got out. Oops. Faisal's wrapping things up with Nuha, so I wanted to give Oscar a little parting gift. But it looks like he's missing at the moment. So I guess you'll have to do. Atsu tried to crawl over to his cane. However, just as he was about to reach it, Nuri kicked it up and grabbed it. With a swift motion, she broke it over her knee. The mighty Akon Drake's little sidekick, crawling around helpless. Now this is a sight for sore eyes. I'm not afraid of you. Nuri tossed the broken pieces of his cane away. She brought her foot down hard on Atsu's injured knee. Ah! You've got no reason to be afraid. Killing you would just make Akon come after us harder. I've had my fun. Do send my regards to Oscar. Atsu panted heavily. He could barely see straight through the blinding pain. He'd never felt so helpless in his life. I hope you're proud. Coward! No sound. He might just be talking to himself. Atsu tried to get up, but shocking pain tore through his entire leg. Sev? Akon? Mio? Anybody? Atsu tried to force himself to his feet again, but his legs simply refused to move. Oscar? There was no sound.